Good morning, good morning. Oh, and how are y'all doing this great June day? Yes. Do you know who you are? Do you know what day it is? What kind of day we're going to have? Have you thought about it? Have you had your coffee? I hadn't had mine yet. No, I couldn't find my coffee cup. Isn't that awful? I only have one coffee cup that I can find. I can't even find one. I know I had it here last night drinking coffee, watching a movie, but I don't know what I did with it. So I still know who I am, though. I know where I am. Yes, and I'm still got a place to live, and Connor's still good, and I'm still crocheting. Yes, I'm continuing to make squares until I get rid of all this yarn, and then I will get back to that blue one. I did finish the first blue one, as you saw with my last video. So everything is good. I've had a wonderful holiday at my daughter's home. And I appreciate y'all letting me have the time off. No. Oh my goodness. I hope you're having a great time and not too busy. You're not too busy doing something because, you know, the 4th of July is coming up. My sister's birthday's coming up. My best friend's birthday's coming up. And I'm just having... That's a good day. Did I show you the glasses I won at bingo? Yeah, I did, didn't I? Well, I wore them out with my hat this morning to take Connor out for his little stroll. And on the way out, one of my neighbors that live here in the building said, I've got something for you. And so I waited at the door of my apartment, me and Connor did, in my hover van. And here he came. He came with a folding pot holder for my living room, and then he gave me a box light for my living room. He said he was moving into an RV and he didn't have any use for them, and he was just giving them away because he didn't want to have to move it. And he also had a sofa, one of those L-shaped sofas that he doesn't want, he can't, you know, he doesn't move. So he had promised it to somebody. So he said if it didn't work, then if I wanted it, I could have it. So there you go. We'll see how that all works. If it's not meant to be, I got some nice things from him. Yes, he said that he'd been here only 6 months, but that he had a place at his brother's, and he bought him a brand new RV to live in. And so I was very happy for him, even though I'll miss him because he's a very sweet man. But, you know, everybody's got to do what they got to do in their life, just like you. You know, you do you, I do me. We're a happy family. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay, I want to read comments first thing this morning. Yep. Let's see what we got. Here we go. First one from 2 days ago, and it says, oh, it's from A. It says, hi, thank you so much for the video. Well, you're welcome, A. I was wondering if I can crochet this if I'm a beginner, or should I practice first? Well, if you're a beginner and you want to make parasols, like the one that I'm showing you in the video, that everybody, the one that she's looking at, or A is looking at, I don't know if it's, A is looking at the video where I'm showing off my parasol, and basically I just vocal how I made it. Well, one thing about it, A, no matter what kind of stitch you want, if you can make a circle and make it large enough to cover the frame of the parasol, then you're ready to make one. Now, you do not have to use sophisticated pattern the first time with like the one that I'm showing you in that video. But if you just want to cover it with crochet and see how it goes together, the easiest circle you could make, don't make it real tight. Well, I guess you could if you want to. You can do anything you want to. You're creating it. But you can use big stitches, thick yarn. I would recommend light yarn, cotton yarn. Really fine, not too fine that you can't work with it, being a new crocheter. Also, you want to use a hook that is the correct size that you can use, and that you can use the yarn or thread that you have selected. And then you start with a circle. You start with a big circle, because you know the end of the umbrella has to go in. It has to attach to the top in that circle that sticks out on the umbrella, parasol or the umbrella. Get you an umbrella and look at it. And if you hold a handle and you look to the top, there's a circle in the top, and that's where you're going to begin your crocheting. And then you'll just keep making it larger and larger and increasing until it covers the complete parasol. Now be sure when you're doing that, checking the size every couple of rows to make sure that you're making it, increasing it enough to fit on it, to make your circle big enough. And I have found that the larger you want, the more you want to crisp, but you don't want it to slow down the increase. You want it to increase faster than a hat, or a knit hat. Yeah, you want it, or a crocheted hat, I mean. You want it to expand faster, so it just fits right on top, and then you can attach it to the frame of the umbrella. Simple as that. Simple as that. You could take a circle of velveteen or a circle of lace. Get you a yard by yard lace, and you could also just tack it to a parasol frame, according to how big the frame is. But it's so simple to do. It looks complicated, but once you get your frame, and you don't have to make it, you can buy it at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Amazon, I think carries them too. And you can hot glue them. You don't have to sew them to the frame. You can hot glue them. Just make you a parasol. Use anything. Use polka dot material and glue it on, hot glue it on there, and then put lace around the edges and around the top, and pearls and sequins, whatever you want. That parasol frame, once you have that, you have everything. Crocheting, anything you want to do with that parasol. It's a lot of fun, especially if you're an entertainer and you like to dress up and carry a parasol that matches whatever you're wearing. It's just a lot of fun to make. And yes, I think even being a beginner, once you can secure to make a circle, you can do it. And it's a circle big enough and fast enough that it fits across there. But do check as you increase your circle. Try it. Let me know how you're doing. But there are some great videos out there. Some of them are very complicated in some of the patterns, especially for a beginner. But if you feel secure in trying it, I say do it. Just try it. And you might get a little tiny child's. Used to, you could buy children's parasols, and you could just, the frames, and just work on one of those until you get to a larger one. I did a lot of them for, you could do them for weddings. Take special orders. Say, well, I'd like to have parasols on all my bridesmaids. I want them all to be pink or green or whatever. And you can make some money if you wanted to, or just do it for fun. Thank you so much for commenting. I hope that that helps you out, and love you, and remember you are special. So continue on with your life and be happy. Be happy. And here's Bonnie Myers. Hey, Bonnie. Google the Barefoot Sandal. Okay, I will. Let me do it right now. Bonnie, let me see what the crochet sandal is, okay? Crochet sandals.
Here are some results.
Oh, that's not it. Okay, you said Google Barefoot Sandal. Okay. Barefoot Sandals.
Here are some results.
Barefoot Sandals. Barefoot Sandals. So do I put crochet barefoot sandals? Are they for babies or grown-ups, Bonnie? Both? Let me see. Oh, yes. Aren't those pretty? How do you get them? Oh, they wear them for weddings and everything. Let's see. Barefoot. Oh, they just hook around your toe and... Let's see. Those are simple. Let's see. They're boho sandals. Let me see if I can find a picture. Oh, and they got the barefoot sandals for babies, too. Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah, I want to see what you have. Oh, I don't know if any of y'all can see this or not. Can you see? Barefoot sandals? Something like that. You making them something like that? I don't know. Can you see them? Oh, I don't know if you can. Anyway, and they have them for babies. Wouldn't that be cute for babies? Yeah, and they put rhinestones on them, or aren't they cute? So they don't have a sole on them. Oh, here's one that's beaded. Well, isn't that cute? And you put them on the big toe, not the big toe, but the one next to it. Wow, here's one right here for $46. Oh my gosh. And they'd be so simple to crochet, wouldn't it? I may have to make me a pair. Yeah, make me a pair. Well, I can't wait to see what you're doing, Bonnie, with them. Yes, I would. If I get any made, I'll take pictures of them along with everything else. Oh, that would be fantastic, and I would share it with everyone. They'll get a big kick out of that, won't you guys? Yes, you will. Go like that song, Barefoot, and I don't remember what that name of the song was. Anyway, well, I'm hoping you're all doing well, Bonnie. And I really am hoping you're doing well. And barefoot sandals, why not? You probably sell those at the craft show. Yeah, I think so. Can you imagine barefoot and you look like your feet's all decorated up? Yeah, and what's funny is you're not even really walking on anything except the ground or sand or wherever you are. Good idea. And it wouldn't take much yarn, would it? What if you'd have to use cotton though, wouldn't you? Cotton yarn. I'm interested to see what you're doing with that. That sounds great. And here's Joybird. Hi, Joybird. How you doing? Communities are not the same. I live at what you call a mill village. Most people my age left here. What's left is not friendly. Also, ones that moved here are worse. Oh, that is so sad. So sad. But a mill village means that your town was built around a mill, you know, where people could work. Yeah. But you lived there all your life, have you? What was life like when you first moved there? Were you born there? Or you just live there now? Well, you're going to have to tell me all, Joybird. That's all there is to it. Joybird, did you see where Bonnie was making those barefoot sandals? If she said if she got some made? You have made them, or you haven't made them? Oh, and here's Miss Southern Belle. Lord, it's been a lot going on here. I know who I am. I am blessed, and I can walk. Yeah, praise God. Yes. We have to do that every day, don't we, Miss Southern Belle? We got to be happy with everything. And yes, it has been very, very busy, but people are able to get out. And as long as you can, just keep going on, and your adventures are daring. Well, they're daring for me, because most of the time I'd sit in the apartment, but I'd go outside by little area here, but I have, Southern Belle, I have enjoyed being with my daughter. It was a lot of fun. That just her and me and little animals, you know, Connor. Yes, good to hear from you, and happy 4th of July if I don't have a chance to talk to you again. And here's Maribel. Well, Maribel, there you are, you busy little thing. Hi, Mema, you're looking so pretty with your hair up and the pretty dress. Hope all is well. Well, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You are a sweetie. And yes, I know your life just been real busy. You've probably been to Houston. You've probably been traveling to Austin. I mean, was it Austin where your son is? Yeah. And busy with your family. And I'm hoping you're good on holiday this year, somewhere very special. Very special. And if you don't, then you stay home. That's very special too, and let the kids come to you. The 4th of July is a good excuse to get together. I haven't been on Facebook in a while, and usually I see your projects out there, but I just haven't been out there, and I do apologize for not seeing the pretty things that you make all of the time, which are just amazing to me. And I appreciate everybody's comments today. I think I've already read Teresa Perez. My grandson called my mother-in-law Mema. She passed away in February. I just subscribed to your channel, and I'm glad you did, dear. I'm glad. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And tell your grandson I'm sorry for his loss of his Mema. Oh, it was my mother. Well, you said my son, my grandson called my mother-in-law Mema. Yeah. So I'm sorry for your loss in February. Thank you. Thank you for commenting. And here's comments that I've already read from Matt and Joybird and Who Knows and Angel Renee. And I'm going to stop right there. And there's the Jameer sisters from at Guru and Woo the Turtle, and from Anna and Gigi's Own Creative Meanings. It's been a great time for us to be alive and enjoy every moment that we have together. And so there you go. What's the matter? Somebody at the door? Someone's at my door, I think. Maybe. Let me check. Well, it wasn't anybody there. I think if they knocked, they didn't knock loud enough because I didn't hear them. By the time I got there, they were gone. So there you go. I was thinking today, while I was going and saying, oh, there's nobody there. When I was a little girl, my dad and my mom rented a little vacation house on this guy's property up in North Arkansas. It was right on an old creek, and the road was more dirt than gravel. And my baby sister, who I guess she was maybe 1.5, maybe 2. And I was 12, I think. So, yeah, I think I was 12. And my other sister was 10, and my brother was, I guess he maybe was 6 or something like that. Anyway, and Mama and Daddy, and we would go up from Blytheville, which wasn't that far, northeast Arkansas too, and we'd go up there and stay, you know, a couple of days or weekend or something, because it was really quite wild. I mean, the lawns weren't mowed or anything like that. They were just houses out in the woods, and this one happened to be on a creek by a bridge. And so Cleo Davis and my dad had become friends, and so, or had known each other. I don't know the history. I don't remember as a kid, you know. and we would stay in this lean-to on the back of this little square house. And it had a lean-to, and it had, it had a screen I guess it was screen. Yeah, I think it was screen all the way around the room, the lean-to, and then it was aluminum, a tin roof on a wood frame, and I think it was screened in because mosquitoes were really bad in northeast Arkansas. And that's where we all slept, and we had these wooden army cots. So we just had the best time going up there every time we got a chance. And Daddy and I would go squirrel hunting or rabbit hunting. I think it was squirrel hunting that fall. But anyway, we were squirrel hunting, and then we'd bring it home and nail it to a tree and skin it, and bring it in the house. And Mama would cook squirrel stew or squirrel and dumplings was my daddy's favorite. But we had that and hot biscuits and canned corn or whatever, green beans, sliced onions, tomatoes, just a really good country fare, which is the way we ate anyway all the time. But one day we had all gotten up to mischief. I was out, me and Charlie, and I think my sister, but I can't remember Marcia if she was out there with me, but we had a BB gun, and so we were shooting more aggravating water moccasins in the ditch, and they would come out and lay in the sun, scare the turtles away, but they'd lay in the sun, and we would try to shoot at them. Well, we're just kids, we're not that good a shot, and so we were running out of BBs all the time, shooting at the snakes. Then we tried to shoot dragonflies, as they lit. We were trying to shoot them, and just, spending time enjoying what was going on, watching for snakes and turtles, and we didn't want to fish, so we just wanted to shoot something. Well, we're just spending the whole day. It's getting hot, Mama had made us egg sandwiches on biscuits, and so we just sat down and was eating our biscuits and egg, and a jar of water. That's funny. I'm thinking about a jar of water. Now we buy it. Anyway, we're sitting there, and my baby sister, who was about 1.5, 2, came walking up with a can. Now, I don't remember how she was out there with us, but it wasn't very far. Maybe 20 feet from the house is where the creek was, and that's where the bridge was, and that's where the road was, and that's where we were shooting the snakes. Okay. So she comes walking up with this can that, had been half cut open, and in it, she was so proud of what she had, and so when I looked in there, they were baby snakes. And I looked again, and so I grabbed them away from her, and they were baby snakes. And I said, "Where did you get these baby snakes?" And she says, "I picked them up over here behind the porch." She had picked up every one of those little tiny snakes. Maybe she was 3 because she could talk. Maybe she was 3 and I was 13. But anyway, she had picked up every one of those baby snakes and put it in that can. Every one of them. And I know there had to be 4 in there. I mean, to my best memory. It might have been less, it might have been more. But looking back on that, she didn't know there were snakes. They were not afraid of her. She could touch them without any problem. Little snakes. They didn't wiggle or anything. She had such a soft touch. And do you know, to this day, her touch is so soft that she could do anything with her hands. It's amazing. Just amazing. She's so delicate and soft. And her daughter is the same way, and I think her grandchild is the same way too. But yeah, she picked up those snakes. You know, little snakes are, if they're poisonous, are more poisonous than grown snakes. That's what I've always heard. Now I don't know if that's true or not, but that was what I've heard, because they can't control their venom. But anyway, that is a true story, and she lived to tell it, and I did too. But I'll tell you, those little snakes, you know, we didn't kill those little snakes. I think we showed them to Daddy or something, and he said they were copperheads. And you know, copperheads ain't friendly, if you know what I mean. But I was just thinking of summer and how much fun summer used to be, and how it can be now. You know, being out in the sun this morning and just watching the grass and the little bugs fly around. They're so hot, and I was looking at my cucumber plant this morning, and I'm waiting to see if there's lots of blooms, but I don't see them getting pollinated. The ones here have not been pollinated, so I'm not getting any off the one up here on the patio. But anyway, I checked the garden this morning. There's a lot of tomatoes out there to be ripened, and that Gary and some of the other men had put out tomatoes. But anyway, that's our story today, and I hope you're having a great day. And I'm going to put another layer on here. I think I'm going to go with pink. You know, I don't know if I like this pink and green, but by the time I get white on all the way around, because I'm doing 5 rows on each square, and I'm just continuing on with the process, because that's what I want to do. I don't want to think of anything big right now, just little things so I can get up and take him out, yes, and read or watch a movie, because it is terribly hot. They said it was going to get to 105 next week, so I'll enjoy the day, and you enjoy the day, and remember, God has you in the palm of His hand. Pray for Mother Earth, the birds, the bees, the flowers, and the trees, and for each other. Because, why? Because you are special. I am special. Yes, you are special. Yes, you are. Yes, you are special. Look at you, give you the hug. Well, I hope to see you tomorrow or soon. I'll put soon. Okay. Bye-bye.